All right, so this is gonna be a walk around and info on my Honda Acty truck and a little bit of information if you're looking to buy a Japanese mini truck, what should you look for and which truck is gonna work best for you. So this is my 1994 Honda Acty HA3 two-wheel drive. I did have a four-wheel drive truck, and I chose to go with the two-wheel drive because it's going to be a little bit peppier, and everyone thinks it's the coolest thing ever to have a four-wheel drive mini truck, which it is cool, of course, it's very cool, but it's not what you think as far as four-wheel drive. For someone that lives in an area that gets a lot of snow, then yes, it's gonna work perfectly. But it's not. Some people are comparing it to a like a UTV. It doesn't have that capability of going off-road and, you know, withstanding those type of conditions. So I chose the two-wheel drive just because it's gonna be a little city truck. A lot of other people like the four-wheel drive. When I was looking at auctions, and for anyone that may be wondering, I went through Japan Car Direct. Highly recommend Taylor. Super cool guy, extremely patient. I asked several questions, the same questions numerous times over and over again, and he always answered it in a timely manner, and, you know, answer the same question over and over again. But he was telling me, of course, a four-wheel drive, you know, to most people is gonna bring a little bit more money. The Japanese mini trucks are getting a lot more popular now, so two-wheel drives are selling for just as much as a four-wheel drive. Of course, mine has a little bit more custom aesthetics to it, and sorry, it's a little dirty. I have the 15-inch Honda Fit wheels. I have the FLP rear spoiler. Evan's super cool guy. Truck's a little dirty, I apologize. The cheap eBay covers, again, not a fan of those. So 74,000 kilometers. That's about 40,000 miles, 45,000 miles. But yeah, so this is kind of like just a walk around of my truck. As you see, it was vinyl wrapped for anyone asking. So there's a guy local that wrapped my truck. Did a good job on it. Wrap's good for, he said, up to 10 years. Of course, there's a warranty on it as well. So that kind of covers my truck and, you know, kind of what I've done to my truck so far. Of course, like I said, the mini trucks are becoming more and more popular. So turn the camera. So they're becoming more and more popular. So you may be wondering which truck is going to work best for you, which I've wanted a mini truck since I was like 10 years old. So I was finally able to get one on my own, and hands down, I prefer the Honda Acty. I think it looks the coolest. It's a Honda. It's, you know, people are going to recognize it a lot more, and it gets a lot more of like, oh, wow, that's a Honda, you know. I prefer the Honda. There's a lot of people that say for off-road use, the Suzuki Carry is going to be the better truck, or the Daihatsu Hijet. Again, I prefer the Acty and the Acty van. A couple other things you need to realize is when selling my first truck, of course, you may know selling anything on Facebook Marketplace, you have a ton of tire kickers, but the main thing that I realized is when you're selling one of these, and I'm sure a lot of the import dealers can agree with this, you have tons of questions of had a guy wanted to fly down from Miami to drive it back. Now, I'm on the East Coast, North Carolina. You know, you could probably do that, but it's not made to go 75 miles per hour for 7 hours nonstop. You know, in my eyes, this is a city vehicle. This is something that's not, I daily mine, but, I don't, I'm not planning out a 5-hour trip somewhere in my truck. Now, hopefully I'm going to get a van soon. So of course I would probably plan something on a van, but not on the mini truck. And again, as they get more popular, there's people asking more and more questions on, how do I get one? What's the best one to get? And that goes back to really personal preference. Yeah, so this is my Honda Acty, and it is for sale right now. Of course, I don't need to sell it, so my price is pretty firm. I've put a lot of work into this truck. I would I would trust this truck to go anywhere. Of course, I probably wouldn't go to Miami, Florida in it, just because, there's no leg room. Eventually your legs start to cramp, no cruise control. But yeah, this is my Honda Acty 2-wheel drive. Thank you, everyone.